Hi, Pat here. I got this Pioneer SX9000 stereo receiver. This is part 2 of I don't know how many parts, but I identified the boards in here. It's the top half here. Let's see, I believe this is the AM board. That's the FM board. Got tuning capacitors down here, one for AM, one for FM. That's the FM muting board. The multiplex board. This board here is for the color tone. Switchboard for the speakers and switchboard for the tapes. Turn around here. That's the control amp for the tones. That's for the loudness, the 2 filters. I think the FM muting switch is on there. This is the reverb amp. This one right here is the phonograph amp. They call it the head amp. That's the microphone amp. And right there is the main power amp and this down here is the board to charge the caps. I believe it's the caps for the power amp. I want to just check the preamp, so I'm plugged into the pre-outs. I terminated with a 180k resistor. I got my scope hooked up to that through the switch there to separate. I'm putting my input through auxiliary 1, and I pulled these fuses out here just so I ain't got no power going to the main amp. I'm going to put a square wave to it. Right now the stereo's off. You hit the power button and it seems to take a little time before anything happens. And there it goes. Very slow and uneven. The top one's a little bigger than the bottom one. Square wave looks terrible. I'm going to turn it off. And it takes a few seconds for it to die out. And there it starts to go. That's kind of strange. Now I'm putting a sine wave to it. Same thing, 1000 hertz. We power it on. There is no relay in this thing, so it takes a little time. Goes up kind of funky. The top one still got a higher amplitude than the other one. Let me shut it off. And it will slowly start to die down. And there it goes. A little strange. I don't know exactly what to expect here. Still got my 1000 hertz sine wave going through it. I'm going to turn the reverb on. It jumps a little bit. Then it really doesn't do much as I turn it up and down. Now I got my AC voltmeters across the resistors on the output of the preamp. And let me turn the volume up all the way. I would expect to see a half a volt, 500 milliamps. The right one's close. That was the one that had the higher amplitude on the oscilloscope. But the left side is weak. I'm going to take a look at what's coming out of the output. I got my signal running into the aux 1. I'm putting 160 millivolts in. I'm hooked up to the B speakers. Got my dummy loads down there. I got the scope hooked up to it. And a couple meters reading AC. And my scope back there. Right here in the volume, I'm going to have the source turned up all the way. You zoom into the scope there. And turn the volume up all the way. And you can see the top one, which is the right channel, is much stronger. And it is clipping. Left channel is still low weak. Turn it down just so I don't burn anything up. Take a look at my voltmeters down here. And I expect to get 20 volts, will be 50 watts per channel. So let me turn it up all the way again. And I got 22 volts on the right side, which is the strong side, and 16.7 on the weak side on the left side. Which is, I don't know if it's due to the preamp being light, but I'll find that out in time. Right now I got the voltmeter set to DC. I got no input going in. I put it on tape, so there's nothing coming in. And both my volume and the source all the way down. Let's see what the DC offset is. And 3 millivolts and 4 millivolts is pretty good. Now I need to put together a part list. And it's going to be quite a few parts from what I figure. And the next part I'm going to start probably in the beginning. Probably with the control amp, figure out what the source volume and the master volume, see what the difference is there, and see if I get a balanced output at the pre-outs. Well, thanks for watching the video.